well, 3 years ago now I'm thinking, we had a large storm front that stayed here and basically flooded this entire area. The seawall, which is just up the road from where we sit right now, was breached in a number of places. Every day, the state came out with tractors to push back the rock that came over and washed on the road to rebuild the seawall. And this went on for a few days, where half the town is along the ocean, representing half the New Hampshire seacoast. We have a lot to lose, to risk.
The Energy Committee has looked at community power as a way of, especially in two areas. One is we can lower the cost of power for everybody in the town and for the town itself. Second, we could control the source of the electricity, so it doesn't all have to come from the burning of fossil fuels. We can specify some green energy.
Well, community power is basically a way that we as residents can have more control, both where our power comes from, how we use our power, time of day, valuation of the power, because it dramatically changes during the course of the day. Right now, we pay one price, which we have no control over. We have no control where that energy is sourced, and it's one price, no matter whether it's the peak of the day at 5 o'clock in the afternoon or 5 a.m. in the morning when there's very little demand on the grid. Well, our short-term goal is we now have, our select board has approved of the concept of community power. We need to investigate the details of how to bring that to the residents and to the town, how to actually work those details. And that's why being a member of Community Power New Hampshire is so important, because there's a lot of education, learning that we need to have and share with one another to make this happen. Longer term, I believe that community power could offer methods to bring time of day metering, perhaps, to the residents and the large users in town. We have a few major buildings in town that consume a vast majority of the power, primarily our public safety building, our two schools, our water company, and they have a lot of peak demand, periods. And I feel that if we can offer ways to offset that peak demand and time of day usage, we could reduce the cost of power for everybody, reduce the demand on the grid, which are all parts of the pie. We don't feel we can develop the expertise on our own. We need to share and learn from what we believe are folks who are more expert in the subject and learn from them. I'm not looking for a full-time job to manage community power in the town of Rye, and I want to be able to leverage my knowledge with those who are much more proficient in the field.